I just got a new dog. I got this giant 100-pound husky Labrador. I adopted it a week ago. He's a little crazy, so
wow.
I get home and make sure he hasn't eaten my house.
Oh. But you know, you were saying though that you and Carrie, that's kind of how you got to be friends though, was being dog walkers for the Humane Society and everything and stuff. But it sounds too like, you know, with that a lot of this was just kind of based on why it took so long to write was kind of, you know, characters, people, incidents.
Yeah, it's really observational.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say it's autobiographic because it really isn't.
Mm-hmm.
But it's very much, you know, like the Earn storyline. That was something I read that in a newspaper down in Louisiana like 10 years ago, where there was an urn that had been accidentally donated to a thrift store, and there was this little news story about it, trying to find like the owner of it and all that stuff. So yeah, it's kind of just like piecing together just sort of things, you know, that I had seen or encountered or found.
Did you just kind of keep a notebook or something like that, journal?
Yeah, sort of, pretty much. Yeah.
And just at what point did you? What was the first item in the notebook? I mean, or is this just part of an ongoing thing you've been doing?
Yeah,
just
sort
journal,
of never
diaries.
stops. Yeah, it sort of never stops.
And then out of that, though, as you were saying though in 2002, about maybe when you started to get the idea for it?
I think that's when I really, because you know, another sort of critical point was I shot a video for the Shins that was James driving around with an old guy. You know, for the song "The Past and Pending," and that was the beginning of those two characters. And upon completing that video, I really just liked those characters and wanted to kind of continue exploring them. So that was sort of one thing going on, and then shortly after that is when I read about this urn. You know, so it was just sort of these things just sort of happening and just sort of collecting them like a collage.
I'm just wondering then, with James doing Total Eclipse of the Heart, that's a YouTube hit or, you know, karaoke. That was hilarious.
Well, that one, you know, I mean, Total Eclipse of the Heart is one of the most underrated songs of all time. But also, I mean, the funny thing about that song is it is kind of this ironic, fun karaoke song. But at the same time, the lyrics are actually very fitting for that character in the movie. So it's like a double irony. It's like, you know, which I think like irony on top of irony just equals pure patheticness or something. I don't know exactly how
what the equation works.
Yeah, exactly. But you know, but so that was sort of, you know, I definitely, you know, intended, you know, that song does have an important place in the movie.
And now I've got to ask you again, I'm sorry I should have filmed it there, but the Soap Bubble Man with a little maybe shout out for his...
Oh, George Andrus, dancing-rainbows.com.
Yes.
The soap bubbles are real.
Amazing though, and again, this is that somebody that he had submitted this film originally.
Yeah,
a 3-hour.
It was his epic soap film movie, and he's a pretty awesome dude.
And again, that you filmed this actually at his house with his rig and everything, just absolutely amazing. So it just, I think that's just about it. Then it looks like.
Awesome.
So thank you very much, though. Beautiful film, though.
Thank you very much.